It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen, and joining me tonight, the former national champion and National Player of the Year, it's Jay Williams.
Ed, stop it. You keep gassing me up. Actually, don't stop it. Keep fluffing me. I like it. Shouldn't we be talking about the matchup on the court tonight? Let's see what's going on.
Jay, you have to own it. These 10 players on the floor about to do so as well. Around the perimeter to Teague. Covington with a drop step. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Leonard. That is great vision to set it up. And finishes strong.
I don't think I could do that on the 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Leonard. Tough shot. He hits.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Paul George to Beverly. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Deep two there. Won't go. Wiggins to Teague. To Wiggins. Five to shoot for Minnesota. Here's Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns. A couple of free throws on the way. A career 83% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. To Paul George. Leonard. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Jeff Teague, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
And a throwdown.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Teague with it up top. Leads just a point. Scores from the post.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
To Beverly.
Keep him here.
Count the bucket for 2.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Timberwolves have the basketball. To Wiggins. Paul George snatching it out of the air. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Paul George. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Subbing in for the Los Angeles Clippers, number 23, Louis Williams. 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Green coming. Hand up, hand up.
The Wolves down to 4 on the shot clock. That's a 24-second violation. Had to rush that one, and it's no good. George. Paul George missed his first. That one goes. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Fires the three. He made his first effort, but not that time. Bell. Kawhi Leonard with a piece.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Trying to cash in. Bell's shot won't go.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you in the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Buries it into three.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Minnesota at the controls. Screen coming. Probing the defense. Jordan Bell against George. Clippers have it. Leonard to Beverly. Nothing going here on that drive. George guarded by Towns. That misses with 2 seconds to go. 1 quarter down. The Clippers have the lead. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Napier with the basketball. Down 6 to Towns. For 3 and drains it. Nothing's going to stop him in pursuit of the basketball. That'll get out of bounds off one of the T-Wolves. Kawhi Leonard against Jordan Bell. Paul George fires, and the rebound taken in by Towns. Nothing going here on that drive. Karl Anthony Towns. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it. Smothering D.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Leonard to George. Nothing going here on that drive. George knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
And here's a setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse, to kick out for, guess what, another one.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Teague with the basketball, trailing by 4. To Towns. From the painted area, won't go down. To Leonard. For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Towns, tough matchup against George. That's off the side of the rim, short.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Teague. Montrezl Harrell tips it. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Screen coming. Towns matched up with Paul George. And too much contact.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions.
For LA, number 40, inside Zubac.
Covington throws it up. Beverly. Now a pass stolen by the Timberwolves. From long range.
To number 13, Paul George.
Josh Okogie at the line. Oops, he missed the first one. It's the second, one more coming. Shot no good. Nate's just 1 of 3 on that trip. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 2, Jordan Bell.
Teague with it up top. Down 8.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Here comes the screen. Teague to Towns. Gets it in the left corner. Wiggins. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Covington knocked loose. Clippers have got it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Goes to the right side. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Teague with the basketball. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Beverly into the front court. Final minute, first half. Rises for the slam.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
George to Beverly. Nothing going here on that drive. Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's now 5 for 6.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Leonard. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Throws it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
It's good, and it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. That's it. First half has come to an end. It's been all Clippers so far. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. George won't go down.
People do not realize the brilliance of the coaching in this league. The small adjustments made defensively has made all the difference in the second half.
Towns against Paul George. Stuffs it down with authority.
Oh man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Karl Anthony Towns able to recover with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Screen coming, screen.
Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Wiggins fires the three, and the rebound taken in by George. Leonard. And stuffs it home.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Good on the layup.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
To Wiggins. Yes, Andrew Wiggins. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Williams into the front court. His team leads it by 10. Strong finish for Paul George.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
T, count it. Three-pointer is good.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
Kawhi Leonard has it against the former #1 pick. Karl Anthony Towns rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Goes to the left side. Wiggins. And George able to gobble up the rebound. To Paul George. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Jeff Teague. The defense is really going to have to start paying attention. He's 5 for 5 for the field.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Beyond the arc for 3, and the Clippers have the rebound. To Williams. Here's a chance from long range, and Lou Williams putting 3 on the board.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Leonard. Has a chance? Yes. When this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now a timeout here for the Timberwolves as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Number 2, Jordan Bell. Subbing in.
Has a look. Just not going down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Wiggins dives for it. Not afraid to mix it up. And that's going to be out of bounds off of George. Bell. Towns. That'll get out of bounds off one of the T-Wolves. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor.
And number 20.
George. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Offensive board. Covington to Teague. Lets it fly from long range. And made his first couple, but he misses there. George against Andrew Wiggins. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
Teague with it up top. His guys down big. That ends the third quarter, and a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. The Wolves with the basketballs. We start the fourth quarter, and they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
And Jeff Teague knocks it down from three.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at three coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw's good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Teague with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Five to shoot for Minnesota. Teague, 24-second violation. Leonard. And Towns is there for the board. Curling inside. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
A simple touch foul.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Substitutions. Subbing in for Minnesota, number 33.
Teague. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Ooh, he'll take that.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And look out. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither.
All right.
Covington to Teague. To Wiggins. Shot clock violation. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Into the game for LA.
To Leonard. Anthony Towns sends it away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Tight space with the crossover. Wiggins. And it's Zubac with the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
T. He's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I would be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat five.
To Leonard.
Me and you.
Rocking the rim.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. You might not make many friends on the other side with that 3.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Subbing in.
Patrick Beverly, huge block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
The Timberwolves have the basketball. Wiggins against George. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
First one, count it.
For Los Angeles, number 23, Louis Williams.
And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Gets it in the left corner. Williams. Jay, he's shaking his head. The guilty party. He knows it's better to be lucky than good.
Or he knows it was just a really bad shot that just happened to go in. But sometimes when the basketball heavens drop a gift in your lap, you take it.
Screen coming. To Wiggins. 5 on the shot clock. Wiggins. Off the mark. No good. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
It's Minnesota basketball.
Here comes Steve. Here comes Steve. Here comes Steve.
Wiggins. Clippers have it. George. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking?
Hits the late 3 at the buzzer, but it's not going to be enough. This game is all over. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA.